You are holding a powerful computer in your hand right now, and the factory settings are actively working against your security. Now, I know that might sound a little dramatic, but it's the honest-to-goodness truth. Just think about it for a second. We get these shiny new phones, we unbox them, and we just trust that they're set up to protect us. But the reality is, they're often set up to benefit the companies that made them and the app developers who really want our data. It's a system built for convenience and for data sharing, not for your personal privacy. So today, we're going to calmly pull back that curtain, figure out why this happens, and most importantly, walk through 3 simple settings you can change to take back control and secure your digital life.
Let's just let that thought sit for a moment. This isn't about trying to scare you or make you afraid of technology. Not at all. This is about empowering you through understanding. You see, the way your phone is set up right out of the box, well, it's optimized for data collection. And why is that? It's because your data, where you go, what you search for, what you buy, it's incredibly valuable. It helps companies target you with ads. But that very same data, if it falls into the wrong hands, creates these dangerous openings for scammers. It lets them build these highly personalized, believable schemes because, they know things about your life they shouldn't. We're going to close those openings right now.
So here's our game plan for today. It's clear and simple. First, we're going to uncover those hidden dangers, so you know exactly what we're dealing with. Then we'll look at why these default settings fail us, and that's really key to understanding the solution. From there, we'll get to the most important part, the 3 privacy keys that are going to put you right back in the driver's seat. I'll give you a gentle, step-by-step guide so you can make these changes with confidence. We'll see how these small steps lead to big security, and then we'll wrap it all up with one simple action you can take today. We'll do this together, one step at a time.
All right, let's dive into our first section, understanding your phone's hidden danger. A good way to think about your phone is like a brand new house. When you first move in, it's really convenient to have all the doors unlocked so you can move your furniture in and out easily. But you wouldn't leave them unlocked forever, right? Well, your phone's default settings are just like that. All the doors and windows are left wide open for convenience. This lets data flow out and unwanted intrusions come right on in. Our goal here is to take a calm walk around your digital house, find those unlocked entrances, and learn how to secure them for good.
Now that we see the danger, let's explore why it even exists. Why would our phones come with these insecure settings in the first place? The simple answer is, it's not a mistake, it's by design. The modern digital world is pretty much built on data. A lot of apps are free because, well, you are the product. Your data is what they sell. This trust by default model, where everything is open and sharing, is just perfect for that business model. But in a world with sophisticated digital scams, it leaves you incredibly vulnerable. It creates the very openings that criminals are looking for to target your identity and your finances.
So, how exactly does this data leakage happen? Well, it usually comes down to 3 common vulnerabilities. First up, constant location tracking. Your weather apps, shopping apps, even simple games, a lot of them track your location 24/7. This data creates a detailed map of your life, where you live, where you bank, the doctor you visit. Second, they're the unfiltered calls and messages. By default, pretty much anyone with your number can reach you, making your phone an open gateway for endless robocalls and scam texts designed to make you panic. And third, what I call broad app access. We've all done it. We download a new app and just click allow on every permission request without really reading them. This can give a simple game access to your entire contact list or even your microphone, which is, a massive privacy risk.
So, to put it simply, these issues really boil down to 3 main points of failure. You've got data leakage, that's your personal information constantly seeping out. Then there are the unwanted intrusions, like those infuriating scam calls that always seem to come at dinner time. And finally, unauthorized access, where apps get into parts of your phone, like your microphone or contacts, that they have absolutely no business being in. The wonderful news, though, is that the 3 simple settings we're about to cover are a direct solution to each one of these problems. They are the locks for these open doors.
And that brings us right to the heart of our discussion, the 3 privacy keys. Now, I want to be really clear here. This is not about turning you into some kind of tech wizard. You don't need to understand complex code or any of that jargon. This is simply about showing you where the 3 most important locks on your digital house are and how to turn the key. Just think of this section as us handing you a small, simple set of keys. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly how to use them to secure your device and feel so much more in control.
If you only take away one single idea from our entire conversation today, please let it be this. Default is dangerous. Never ever assume the factory settings are safe.
The smartest thing you can do is to adopt a new mindset. Assume every single default setting is designed for corporate convenience, not your personal privacy. By just taking a few minutes to manually look them over and adjust them yourself, you move from being a passive user to an active manager of your own security. And that simple shift, from being reactive to proactive, that is the foundation of a safe digital life.
And here they are, our 3 essential settings. These are our 3 keys. First, managing your location tracking to stop that data leakage. Second, activating unknown caller filtering to block those intrusions. And third, reviewing your app permissions to prevent unauthorized access. It's really important to see these not as 3 separate little tweaks, but as a single, unified defense system for your phone. Getting these 3 right isn't just about preventing scams, it's about reclaiming your peace and quiet in a very, very noisy digital world.
Okay, let's dive into our first key, location tracking. So why is this so critical? Because your location data isn't just a dot on a map. It tells a really detailed story about your life. It shows your daily routines, the bank you use, the pharmacy you go to. Scammers can actually buy this data and use it to craft terrifyingly specific scams. I mean, imagine getting a call from someone claiming to be from your bank and they mention the specific branch you visited just yesterday. It feels so real. By limiting which apps can see your location, you are essentially tearing the pages out of that story, making it impossible for them to build that profile of your life.
Our second key is unknown caller filtering. This is one of my favorite features because it's like having a digital gatekeeper for your phone. Scammers absolutely rely on creating a sense of urgency and panic with their calls. They want to catch you off guard. Well, this simple setting is a powerful shield against that tactic. It automatically silences calls from any number that isn't already in your contacts and sends them right to voicemail. Now, a common worry I hear is, what if I miss an important call from a doctor or a delivery person? Don't you worry. The call still shows up in your recent calls list, and they can always leave a voicemail. You don't miss anything important, but you silence all the noise. Our third and final key is app permissions. This is probably the most overlooked area of phone security. Let's think of it this way. Your phone is your house, and its features, your microphone, your camera, your contacts, your photos, those are all different rooms in your house. When you install an app, it asks for the keys to these rooms. The crucial question you have to ask yourself every single time is, does this app really need this key to do its job? Does a solitaire game really need the key to your microphone? Does a weather app need the key to all your contacts? The answer is almost always no. You are the landlord of your phone. You get to decide who gets a key and who doesn't. Okay, we've covered the what and the why. Now let's gently move into the how. In this section, we are going to walk step by step through the actual process of changing these settings. I really want to emphasize that this is not a race. The goal here is to move slowly and deliberately. We're going to take some calm, sequential actions to review your settings safely. This is where we put all that knowledge into practice.
And our journey for all 3 of these fixes starts in the exact same place, the Settings app. On every single smartphone, whether it's an Apple iPhone or a Google Android, there is a Settings app. Just look for an icon that looks like a gear or maybe a set of sliders. This app is the central control panel for your entire phone. Just becoming comfortable opening this app and looking around is the single most important first step you can take. Think of it as your home base for digital security. So here it is, our simple 4-step checklist. This is the exact process we're about to walk through together. First, we'll find that Settings app. Second, we'll go into the privacy settings to adjust location services. Third, we'll find the phone settings to turn on caller filtering. And fourth, we'll use the permissions manager to check which apps have access to what. Following these steps, in this order, is a really clear, organized, and non-overwhelming way to get this done. Okay, let's start with our first action, location. Go ahead and open your Settings app. On an iPhone, you'll look for something called Privacy and Security, then tap on Location Services. On an Android, it might just be called Location right in the main Settings menu. Once you're inside, you'll see a list of every single app on your phone. Just go through them one by one. For an app like Google Maps or Apple Maps, yeah, it makes sense to set it to while using the app. But for your bank app, a game, or a social media app, they probably have no reason to know where you are. For those, choose Never or Ask Next Time. Just this one little 5-minute review drastically shrinks your digital footprint. Now for our second action, filtering those callers. Go back to your main Settings menu. On an iPhone, scroll down until you see Phone, tap on it, and you'll find an option that says Silence Unknown Callers. Just flip that switch on. On an Android phone, you'll open your phone app, tap the 3 little dots for the menu, go to Settings, and look for caller ID in Spam or something similar, and just make sure it's enabled. The effect is immediate. Your phone will just stop ringing for numbers it doesn't recognize, and like we said, they can still leave a voicemail so you won't miss anything truly important, but the peace and quiet from the lack of spam calls is, well, it's truly wonderful.
And for our final action, let's review those app permissions. Go on back to your Settings app and tap on Privacy and Security one more time. Here, you're looking for something called a Permissions Manager on Android, or you'll see categories like microphone, contacts, and camera on an iPhone. This view is incredibly helpful because instead of going app by app, you can see things by category. So tap on microphone. You'll now see a list of every single app that has permission to listen to you. Does that list make sense? If you see a game or shopping app in there, you can just toggle its access off. Go through each category, contacts, photos, camera, and just do this quick little audit. It makes sure no app has a key to a room it doesn't belong in.
Now that we've walked through the practical steps, I want to shift our focus to something just as important: hope and validation. The 10 or 15 minutes it takes to do what we just talked about is honestly one of the most powerful things you can do to protect yourself online. It might feel like you're just flipping a few switches, but the effect of these small steps is a huge increase in your security and, just as importantly, your peace of mind.
This chart here does a fantastic job of showing what I mean. Just look at that small bar on the left. That represents the effort. It's a tiny investment of your time. Now look at that massive bar on the right. That is the payoff in peace of mind, reduced stress, and real-world security. There are very few things in life where such a small effort gives you such a disproportionately huge return. You're not trying to learn everything there is to know about technology. You are simply mastering the 3 settings that give you the most security for the least amount of work.
So, here's the crucial point. By taking these simple actions, you are fundamentally changing your relationship with your technology. You're transforming your phone from a source of anxiety and a potential liability into what it always should have been: a secure and helpful tool that serves you. This is about so much more than just security. It's about building confidence. It's about getting rid of that nagging feeling that you might be a target. It's about knowing with certainty that you are in control.
And that brings us to our final section. We've covered a lot of ground, so let's boil it all down to one simple, actionable first step. Because the goal here was never just to give you information, it's to inspire a small action. So let's focus on the one thing you can do the moment this is over to get started.
Let's start by saying it one more time, because it's the single most important lesson from our time together. Your phone's factory settings are not your friend. They are not designed with your best interest at heart. They are a flawed starting point. True, meaningful security only begins the moment you decide to become the active manager of your own device. So, with that in mind, I want to leave you with a gentle challenge, and it's in the form of a question. After everything we've talked about, what is your first simple step going to be today? Not something to put on a to-do list for tomorrow. What is one tiny thing you can do right now, in the next 2 minutes, to put all this knowledge into practice? And here is the simple, clear answer. Before you do anything else today, I invite you to just do this one thing. Pick up your phone, unlock it, and find that Settings app, the little gear icon. Open it. Then just look for the menu that says Privacy or Security. That's it. You don't have to change a single thing yet. Just find it. That simple act of discovery, of just getting familiar with your control panel, is the most powerful first step you can possibly take. As we close, I want to leave you with a final thought. Proactive security isn't some complex technical chore. It's an essential and empowering practice for living safely and confidently in our modern world. And the most helpful insight I hope you've gained is recognizing the immense power that comes from managing just those 3 core settings: your location, your caller filtering, and your app permissions. Mastering these 3 simple keys is how you stop data leakage before it ever gets a chance to start. Ultimately, taking control of your phone's privacy isn't really about technology at all. It's about protecting your independence. It's about safeguarding your peace of mind. It's a small, quiet act of self-care that brings with it a lasting sense of calm, confidence, and hope.